Today, the U.S. Navy is acknowledging the location of the wreckage of the USS Flier.
The submarine was bombed in 1944 with a fraction of its crew able to make it out alive.
One of those survivors, a West Michigan resident. 24-Hour News 8's Jessica Leffler spoke with his family. Jess?
Brian, Susie, it was the life work of Al Jacobson. The Navy had classified documents detailing the unbelievable voyage of Jacobson and 7 others, and wouldn't declassify those papers for 50 years, or until the mid-90s. The Grand Haven resident was able to get those papers from the Navy with a determination to figure out the submarine's final resting place and give closure to the family members of the crew who was lost at sea.
I'm not sad he's not here. What I'm happy for is the families that now know.
Nelson Jacobson sharing his father's incredible journey on the Balabac Straits in World War II.
Aboard the USS Flier. It was sunk August 13th, 1944.
Alvin Jacobson was aboard that submarine when it exploded.
They were running at night at full speed, and they hit either a floating mine or a mine that was tethered to the bottom of the ocean.
The explosion that tore through the night in an instant, leaving only 14 alive out of the 86 aboard the ship.
They were free swimming for 18 hours.
The survivors swam past Japanese-occupied islands looking for safer land. Bombs lay throughout those waterways in the Balabac Straits. The crew knew they were armed with vital information that could save American lives and had to be passed on to the Navy before other American fleets went through the same stretch and suffered the same plight. Not all of the initial survivors made that tremendous swim through the Sulu Sea. 6 more died.
Probably was the most difficult decision my father ever faced. Instead of helping the injured ones that they needed to, somebody had to survive to get information back to the naval fleet.
Now, after all those years, the location of the USS Flier has been discovered with the help of a production crew and a dive team.
Finally understanding that the Flier is at rest. We know where it is.
Nelson's father, Al, passed away in 2008. Al Jacobson made it his lifelong mission to unlock the secrets beneath the waters near the Philippines.
My father knows where his crew is, and essentially now they're all rejoined. We know it hit a mine, we know what happened, and I think it brings closure to something that until this point families could only speculate.
Al may not be here to share in his family's joy, but his son and family know his decades-long mission has finally been accomplished.
Some projects take a while. This one took about 64 years, but we finally brought closure to it and closure for all those families.
Nelson's brother and his son, Alvin's grandson, accompanied these production and dive crews in the Balabac Straits to make the discovery. The story will be featured by National Geographic and the History Channel. Its air date is currently unknown.